Yeah, so let's go ahead. So that's New Hampshire. That's our updated New Hampshire Republican primary in New Hampshire. Also very interesting because there's a chance, not a big chance, but a chance that Nikki Haley could actually, compete with Donald Trump. There's this poll right here that shows her within 12, but another poll from the UNH Survey Center showing that she's actually within, 10 points, within 7 percentage points of Donald Trump. Gavin, right here, right now, on January the 9th, 2024, is there any chance that Donald Trump loses New Hampshire or any other Republican primary race?
I do think there's a chance he loses New Hampshire. I'm very skeptical that it will be meaningful, however, even if that does take place. But yeah, I think there's like at least a 40% chance that Nikki Haley takes New Hampshire, which, then at least kind of sort of gives her a prayer of winning South Carolina, which obviously is her home state, a state that it would be pretty embarrassing for her to lose. So I think that the New Hampshire win is just 100% necessary for her to even continue a remotely serious campaign going into the next state, Super Tuesday, etc. So I'm not ready to predict that she will win. In fact, if I had to, put money on it, I probably would still throw that money behind Donald Trump. But I do think that it's worth taking somewhat seriously. Do you agree with me, Zach, that she, has probably like a 40% chance of winning the state?
Yeah, I think that's about right. What I'm more interested with Nikki Haley, just because of my own selfishness, is this race right here, the Iowa caucus. Who's going to get second place? Because I think Donald Trump is a lock for number one in Iowa, but I can see Nikki Haley actually coming in as a shocker and doing far better than Ron DeSantis. When was the last time you guys even really heard much ado about Ron DeSantis? I feel like he's really fallen off. He did his debate with Governor Newsom, right? Did that happen? Am I remembering that correctly?
Happen. Yeah, like a month ago.
That was the last. I mean, nobody even paid attention to it. I remember there was hype about it for like a day, a month or so before it actually came to fruition. So it's like he has no momentum. I think Nikki Haley, as the alternative to Donald Trump, has a lot of momentum going into Iowa. Gavin, do you think this is a good bet or a bad bet? The internet is telling me it's a bad bet, as I've lost money since I placed my bet, but I'm still here to ride it out.
Oh, it's possible. The one thing that might hurt Nikki Haley in Iowa is she recently made a stupid comment about how Iowa chooses first, but then New Hampshire corrects whatever Iowa decides. This is a weird sort of admission on her part that she's basically banking on New Hampshire and doesn't really care about what Iowa is gonna do. She's basically saying, yeah, I'm not expecting to win Iowa. I'm expecting New Hampshire to correct Iowa. And I don't think that's going to sit well with a lot of voters in the state for obvious reasons. They do want to be the first. They like being the first, and they like being pandered to constantly. A lot of these Iowa voters, they don't want to hear that New Hampshire is going to correct whatever they have to say. So that's been clipped by Ron DeSantis. It's in his final Iowa ad that's currently on the air in the state. So they're going to blast that comment everywhere, try to, convince people not to vote for her. So yeah,
she really is like a Kamala Harris, man. She just doesn't know how to fucking get out of her own way. They rolled out the red carpet for her to be yeah, that's crazy. I didn't notice that. Yeah, and it sucks too because I can't even be like, oh, who watches those ads? Well, the people who are going to vote for Nikki Haley do. You know what I mean? The people who are going to participate in the Republican Party primary and want to return to respectability. Yeah, that's just so bullshit. How is she so dumb? Goddamn, this is why you can't bet on politicians. Even when you think you're being nefarious and you're betting against your own interests, they still find a way to break your heart. They just are so dumb and incompetent.